Across the world, in every culture and every generation, there is a moment that humbles even the strongest adults, a moment when a child is overwhelmed by emotions they do not yet know how to hold. It happens in living rooms and classrooms, in grocery stores and places of worship, in silence and in public, the crying, the shaking, the falling apart. And often, in that same moment, the adult's heart tightens with doubt. Am I failing? Am I losing control? Am I doing enough? But this moment is not a mistake. It is not a disruption of growth. It is a sacred pause, a growing soul meeting the limits of its strength, standing at the edge of what it knows, asking not for judgment, but for guidance. A tantrum is not rebellion. It is not disrespect. It is not a test of authority. It is a nervous system calling out for safety. Science tells us that when emotions flood the brain, the thinking mind grows quiet, and the survival brain takes over. Reason disappears, language fades, the body speaks instead. Spiritual wisdom has always known this truth in another language. When the mind is overwhelmed, the heart seeks refuge. In that moment, the child is not asking to be corrected or controlled. They are asking to be met exactly where they are. This is why the work begins within you. Before a single word is spoken, your presence speaks. Your breath, your posture, your tone, your energy, all send messages far louder than instructions ever could. When you slow down, you become an anchor in emotional chaos. When you soften, you become shelter. The calmest soul in the room becomes the teacher. You are not required to have all the answers. You are not required to fix the feeling. You are only asked to be present. And present, steady, compassionate, grounded presence is powerful beyond measure. When you name a child's feelings, instead of dismissing them, you do something holy. You say, I see you. You give shape to emotions that feel endless and terrifying inside a small body. Neuroscience shows that naming feelings calms the brain and brings the thinking mind back online. Spiritually, it goes even deeper. It tells the child that their inner world matters, that their emotions are not too much, that their experience is worthy of attention. Feeling seen brings relief. Feeling understood restores peace. In the height of emotional storms, less truly is more. Fewer words, gentler movements, quiet companionship. Just as the earth needs stillness after thunder and rain, so does the human spirit. Your calm silence teaches something words never could. Even when you are overwhelmed, you are not alone. That message settles into the nervous system. It lingers. It stays long after the tears dry and the moment passes, as the storm begins to soften. Offering simple choices becomes an act of empowerment. Choice restores dignity. Choice reminds the child that even in moments of overwhelm, they still have agency. This is how confidence is born, not through control or force, but through trust. Trust that the child can feel deeply and still return to balance. Trust that strength grows through support, not suppression. True teaching does not happen during the breakdown. It happens in the quiet that follows. That is where wisdom takes root. When you reflect together afterward, you are not fixing a problem, you are shaping character. You are teaching the child how to move through discomfort without fear, how to pause instead of explode, how to ask for help instead of collapsing inward. These lessons stretch far beyond childhood. They become tools for relationships, resilience, and self-respect. Every time you meet a tantrum with compassion instead of force, something unseen but profound is happening. Neural pathways are forming. Emotional strength is growing. Regulation is being learned. And spiritually, something sacred is taking place. A child is learning that love does not disappear when things get hard, that connection remains even in chaos. Progress will not look like silence or perfection. It will look like quicker recovery, softer edges, deeper trust, and a growing sense of safety. So when the next tantrum comes, and it will remember this, you are not failing. You are standing beside a growing soul in one of its earliest lessons in humanity. This is not about control. It is about connection. And when a child feels safe in your presence, healing unfolds naturally. You are doing sacred work, one calm moment at a time. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to honor your own presence today. Share this with someone who could use encouragement. Subscribe so we can continue sharing guidance for growing hearts and minds. And if it inspired you, like this video to help spread calm, compassion, and wisdom to more families. Together, we can create a world where love guides growth and every child feels safe, seen, and supported.